All right. Well, welcome back to the persistently, obstinately, stubbornly, consistently procrastinated podcast, Never Too Old to Be a Wizard. We're back at it with the usual suspects, me, Sam, my sister, Catherine, her husband, and the only gauge that we have if the J. Cole album's any good, Kyle.
Oh,
And we're doing...
instant classic. Instant classic.
And we're going to be doing a Storm Spell tier list. Of course, Kyle's going to be running the show for the most part, being the resident Storm Wizard.
That do be
Kyle,
me.
what are we looking at today?
Well, I'd first like to say, really couldn't have a better timing to do a Storm tier list with the current weather situation that we have been having.
Oh my God, for real, dude.
It has been crazy outside. But yeah, we're going to go through mostly just the damage spells, along with a few other little special gems of the Storm variety, and going through and rating them S, A, B, C, or F.
Now, can I guess? It seems that you've put together a presentation. Am I allowed to guess at what might be in the presentation, or you don't want me to potentially spoil anything?
I mean, this is not a presentation at all. This is just the intro video.
Yeah, no, but I believe you have a whole presentation.
No. I just have the tier list.
All right, okay.
But I think, what were you going to go with? I want to hear this.
I was going to say that you've got that clip of when you crit yourself for fat numbers in here somewhere.
That would have been beautiful. I really should have done that. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
It's on TikTok.
It is on TikTok, and I can pull it up since it is on my TikTok. I will be able to play it. The only thing, and that will be something that I go into a little bit later, because it is quite sad with what they did to that spell. Yeah, the rework of it. Very, very upsetting. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and play the little intro video that I made.
Oh God.
the classic mid 2000s quality coming out of that, So let's go ahead and
I just don't know how you found the school project I made in junior high. I don't know how you found that. That's crazy.
No need to go diss me too hard. So here I also have a list of all of the spells we'll be going through, and links to what the spell actually looks like when it's in motion,
so that we can actually judge some of them that we may not have seen.
All right. So starting with Catalan. Catalan is a basic ass bitch. He is nothing but a little dragon spell, and also
this is the Storm Lore Master spell.
Is it?
Yes.
Interesting. I do not think it is that good. It seems very underwhelming for a dragon, especially pairing it to the fire dragon. It does have some kind of cool lightning effect with the little disappearing act, but other than that, I don't think it's too special, especially with a flat damage of under 700 for a 5-pip spell. It just seems very, very underwhelming to me. And so for that, I would rate it a C tier.
I think most people say that this is underwhelming. You never catch Storm Wizards at Lore Master for this particular reason.
Next up, we have Healing Current, which what a beautiful little baby. The one and only healing spell coming out from the Storm side. And look at this. Oh, just that 1,000 hit. Not a crit, which would be even better.
Okay.
But it is just a...
Can we talk about when it's not 1,000 though?
When it's not 1,000, it do be a sad time. you as a Storm Wizard, as a Storm Wizard, you do not have health, and so when you are desperately trying to hit that healing current, and you hit that 100, it is you are not feeling good. So while
how many pips is that on?
It is a 3-pip spell.
Isn't it 2 pip from the bunny?
It is 2 pips from the bunny, but specifically from the bunny. As its own spell, it is 3 pips.
Interesting.
It's just wild that if you hit that crit of 1,000, it's 95% of your health. You know what I mean?
It really is. I can't disagree. I can't argue with you about that. But because of the inconsistency of it hitting the 1,000, I will have to put it at B tier. It can be clutch, but it's just not there enough.
Not even A?
Yeah, I might
A.
push that up. Okay, wow.
For me, not even A. Coming up next, we have Insane Bolt, but this is the old Insane Bolt. We're not going to talk about the new one. Old one, here we go. Look at that. Doing a solid 1,000+ damage to the enemy. Or, you can always come in and correct one. You can always have this situation.
That's 2,000 health.
Oh, what a beautiful. We're going to get that little honey badger. Oh, the crit onto yourself. 34,000 damage into the suicide. Such a sad thing to miss. So old Insane Bolt, definitely S tier. Just always great content no matter what. You're either decimating the enemy or decimating yourself and having a great time while doing it. Sadly, the rework did really mess with it. I think it has a chance. It has 3 separate chances to hit you or the other person, but it's all under 200 damage now, and it's no longer moon damage either. Were you gonna say something, Sam?
I was gonna say they actually fixed. You know how I was complaining about my death spells that hit myself, and I'm like, but I buffed all my death damage, so I'm hitting myself for fat numbers instead of 300. Mm-hmm. Well, they changed all that to moon, so that's better now.
That's good. Coming up next, we have King Artorias, and I am getting close to being the level to unlock him, but he just seems really cool. I really enjoy watching this boy. He comes in off of his Viking ship, just looking all swag, and then doesn't even do shit. He comes in off that Viking ship and just summons a giant-ass dragon snake to just come and swallow you whole.
Okay, so I don't know what the other ones look like, but each school gets one of these. Okay. And the death one looks exactly like that, but black. So I'd hope there's more differences than color between them. But they might not. I know the effects are different.
Yeah, so this one it does 1,120 damage, just directly to that one person, not an AOE. It will also add 10. What's it called? The spear one where it's like you ignore armor.
Now, see, I have beef with the spell on principle, because as a myth wizards, I don't think y'all should get to summon King Arthas. That's a myth thing. I think only myths should have access to Daddy Artorias, not some storm wizard.
Daddy Artorias.
What is it called? What does that affect when you are going through some pierce? Yes, it adds 10 pierce, and then also for the next spell, it will give you 10 accuracy. So
I'm learning in the later games that pierce is very important because if you have 0, certain mobs are literally immune to you.
But because of the effects that come with the spell and because of how swaggy he comes out on that ship, I'm putting him in A tier. I feel like he's a solid single attack.
I mean, look at those shoulders. They're like mountains.
And I don't even know if he can uncross his arms. I think they are just permanently crossed. They are sewn to the inside of his elbows.
Yeah, it seems impossible.
Coming up next, we have Kraken. What a classic boy.
Just classic.
This is
the classic.
This is the classic. The OG and the Trenton Avenue, right where you got to have the boss fight against them. Like the first real big boss fight that you have in this game, I would say.
And the best one, there was actually like a Reddit event a while back where everybody said we're all going to get on server Kraken and have a party at the Kraken.
That's beautiful. What a beautiful time. I mean, while he is a classic man, he is not too special. He does do his good damage. I love my Kraken. He is very special in my heart, but I do not put him at S tier. I will put him at the beginning of A tier.
Okay, all right.
That's where I feel like he belongs, just because of how you never see him once you pretty much get past like Mushu.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault that after a certain point you just start with more pips than 4.
Coming up next is the single attack Leviathan. Of course, we got the big attack coming out of him.
Now this spell cast by a mob strikes fear deep into my heart.
Yes.
Because of its secondary effect.
Yes. Not great coming to you. Dishing it out feels great.
Yeah, because Catherine, this one removes 2 blades from you when it slaps you.
Mm-hmm.
And does a pretty fat damage.
It's not quite as saddening as Earthquake, but it's up there.
Mm-hmm. But because of because of the single target effect, and honestly, how not often in the game do you come across a situation where you really need to remove blades off of a champion, or not a champion, but off of like an opponent, I do have to put it at the B tier. I just feel like it doesn't come up clutch enough in situations where, especially as a group when you're playing and you're in so many fights, it's just you're able to take out opponents so quickly. It just never really becomes necessary.
Is this a joke? This is above Kraken? What are we talking about?
No, it is not above Kraken.
No.
What?
It should be above Kraken. I don't understand.
Oh, you're saying it's better than Kraken? Here's I mean, it does have a good effect, especially for like PvP. It's to me, any spell that's higher than 7 struggles because of how strong all the 7s are in the game.
Yes, I agree with that.
But he's one of the better 8s by far, I'd say.
He is very good. I feel like with how good he is, he doesn't come up enough. I don't even carry one around in my deck anymore. Even running around solo doing things, just because I'll use my 6-pip Triton instead with like a Sun Spell on it, and it just seems more effective pip wise to use that than try to use a Leviathan.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You have some beef with that, Catherine?
Yeah, I'm just confused. I love the look of it. I just feel like it has to be higher on that alone.
You love the look of it? See, that's the weakest part for me.
Yeah, also, I think it's very... And then the attack itself, the spell itself, is very underwhelming with how it looks like he's about to do this big attack, and then he just kind of turns around and slaps you with his tail.
Yeah.
Wish there was more out of it.
Yeah, I mean, the Kraken's half as big, and he literally Zeus spikes a thunderbolt onto him.
Mm-hmm.
The hostility.
All right, coming up next, the deadly trio, the lightning bats, and this is personally one of my favorites. I just think it's a really fun spell. It's great watching them come out, and they do for this video they do the little swirly attack where they circle around you. I also really love the one where they team up and make all of their lasers combine into one to just like.
Yeah, this one I don't know if many other spells do that, but this one does have the multiple animations.
Mm-hmm. Which I think it depends on whether you hit the low end or high end of the damage, since it has a range. A lot of storm spells have the range, and they will do different attacks depending on which side of the range it hits.
Well, most schools have ranges. It's pretty rare when they don't. I mean, I think Death never does, but they're really strange.
But
we get it. You're better than ever.
No, I'm just saying.
But with the low pip usage and how high damage these are, I will put these in B tier as well, but I will put them actually at the front of B tier. I think this is where they belong.
I don't know, man.
You don't like it?
A problem with me is I love every 2 pip in the game.
That's understandable.
Violent if you... This order is not making any sense to me.
Where would you put that, Catherine?
Storm Wizard. Lightning bats don't do it for me.
You hate lightning bats?
That's so upsetting.
Whoa, that's crazy. I see. I'm having an issue with King Artorias. Is very cool visually, but like usefulness, he's much worse than Leviathan, I think. So I don't know how to feel.
It depends on the situation, I guess. At that point, since King Artorias does do more damage and does have the piercing, I feel like later game that's kind of like what you were saying. It's almost impossible to take on mobs without piercing.
I guess. All right, let's get on to this weird clown. What is this thing?
Macompo. You unlock him. He is the first summon on this list. There we go. You unlock him at the current place we were just at, not Zufaria, but the one after, Azteca. There he is. He just pops out. He's just he's a good little lion boy. And by good little lion boy, I mean he's the first one on the F tier.
Yeah.
Sadly, he as a minion, especially at 5 pips, he's just not very helpful. He will come out there and just kind of stand there and get one shot. I've used him a few times, but
it's fine. We're good with it. Yeah,
he's a minion. It's not his fault. It's King Asile's fault. They don't like minions. They don't like people who like minions.
So yeah, we're just gonna. He can just live down here by himself for right now.
Not for long.
Maybe not for long. Maybe not for long.
Catherine's got her eye on some of them.
Next up, we have the Siren Spell. While this spell's going on, I'd like to say shout out to Dorsky. These are he has every single he has a playlist of 100 spells, just of all of the spells being cast in Wizard 101, and they're all very recent as of like the end of 2020, so it's all nice in HD. But yeah, so I mean, Sirens, they're just underwhelming. It is an AoE, which is nice. You do get.
Right?
It's a 9 pip AoE, so it is very, very costly for not too much damage, but it is an AoE. It does,
especially if you have high power pip and it ends up costing you 10.
Yeah. While definitely not the worst, the fact of it being an AoE is a little bit of a saving grace. So I will not put it at F tier, but I will put it at the bottom of C tier.
Its debuff's pretty good too.
The 50%, I feel like the accuracy almost never makes a difference.
What? Like half of the time it does. Oh, just objectively.
Because I mean, even personally, I get hit by those like minus 45% accuracy debuffs, and as a storm, I'm still able to cast most of my spells.
I get hit by a negative 15. I miss every time. I don't know what you're on, dude.
I would say 10% of the time I have missed because of those spells. Because of those debuffs. I hit much more often than not with them.
We can't all be running 140 accuracy, Kyle.
That's I only have 99 accuracy right now. I will put it at the top of C tier for the debuff. But I don't think it's
better than the cattle. I think it's on. I think it's on par with Leviathan. They're both utility based.
I'd say they're close, which is why it's the end of B, top of C. It's close, but I don't think it belongs up into B tier.
Okay. I'm just surprised because I thought you liked both of those spells.
I like the Siren for the jokes of being able to talk about like, ooh, look, here comes the mermaids, like, but okay. I don't actually like care about the spell itself. I don't carry it around anymore anyways. It's just kind of chilling in the back of my book. Here comes the Big Daddy, though.
This is what we're all here for.
This is what we're all here for.
I'll put a timestamp of when Skip to Stormlord in the description.
You got Big Daddy Zeus. Ooh. Oh, look at that lightning explosion. Not to mention the fact that it is an AoE and has a stun effect that will affect a few bosses. Not every boss, obviously, but it will take out some of them. And I mean, it's not even a question. Yeah, that's not even a question. It's definitely an S tier, definitely above Insane Bolt.
Yeah,
it's just too good. I mean, I don't think there's any objections here.
Yeah, I would. The only thing that might drop him down a tier is just his lack of fingers.
He does only have 4 fingers, but
I think doesn't he have like 3?
Yeah, I mean 3 fingers and a thumb.
Oh,
but to that effect, I think that's just all of Wizard 101.
Yeah, I thought he had 2 and a thumb too. I thought he was Baby Yoda.
Replay the video.
He doesn't have the link anymore.
Well, I do. I just figured this would be easier to pull up a picture of him instead of trying to.
I want to watch the attack.
See, in the HD, he has a full hand, but that's not right. You got to watch it in game. You got to run the video.
Okay, let me go pull it back up. see if I can.
See, they're connected.
1,
There's
2,
like-
3, and then there's
But
a
they're
thumb.
the
It's
same.
just
They're the same digit. They just have a line. There's just shading on it.
Yeah.
actually hold up. 1, 2, 3. It almost looks like 4 fingers here.
It does, but I think they're just shaded. I think there's only 2 actual, like digits, but they're just shaded down.
And then
the
there's
middle.
also
It's
a
like
thumb
fingers.
though as well.
Yeah, see, look there though.
Yeah,
That's
1, 2, 3.
That's 3.
1, 2, thumb. That's what I thought.
He has a webbed hand. I don't think we need to talk. I don't think we need
Because
to
he's a
call him out for
fish.
his disabilities, but
It looks like a frog hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That like 2 forward, 1 back kind of.
Yeah, Baby Yoda. Yeah.
that's fair. Next up, we do have the highest pip count spell on here at 10 pips is the Storm Owl.
Disgusting.
It is quite a large amount. But at the base damage, it does do over 1,500 damage. So if you were saving up for a one-on-one fight, you can see that crit itself at 6,500, and I don't think he's even running too many things on that little test account. I just think the animation is really cool. He does do a fat amount of damage. 10 pips is a lot, but usually if you're trying to do a fat amount of damage, you want to save up for those higher pip single attacks anyways, especially in on like a lot of the boss fights.
For a single,
It's fine.
you don't want 10 pips on once.
Yeah.
Hurts.
Yeah, but Captain, think of it this way. For 3 more pips, it does literally double the damage Stormlord does.
Yes.
Literally.
And at that point, you're thinking one more turn because you're probably going to have the power pips anyways. That's going from 4 power pips to 5. I'm putting him at B tier. I think his animation's really cool. The way he kind of like it almost looks like he's like sucking the energy out with like lightning
Yeah, he's
lines. He's got a cool entrance. I really enjoy him.
I'll take it. I'm okay with B. I'm okay.
Good to hear.
We'll allow it.
Well, it'll be allowed for this one time.
This
Next up, we
time
got
only.
the good old
Everything left on the list is bangers except for one,
Oh, yeah.
from what I can tell.
Ooh, the
Jaws.
jar.
the great. So this is one of the animations. That is my less of the. That is my second favorite of the 2 animations.
You like
Well, it
the
is a great
Jaws from
animation.
below chomp?
I do love the jaws from below. When the camera starts moving, then it stops, and you just know he's about to come up from underneath the opponent and just chomp on him, like chomp at his legs. Ooh, it's so spicy.
Storm Shark, best 3 pip, no question.
Definitely
It's like not
best
even a
tier.
contest, really, because all the 2
Oh, no.
pips are really cool. The 3
Mhm.
pips are ugly, except for the shark, and the snowman. Snowman's cool, but the rest are no good. Like Firebird, no.
Storm Shark above King Artorias right now.
That is fair. I will put him at the middle of B tier.
Success.
Actually, all right. I think I might put him at the front of A tier. Yeah, I think he's above Kraken. Personally,
I don't know, guys. Kraken's the
At the time when
OGZ.
you get him, though, Storm Shark is like you're starting with like a max of 3 pips, right? Because you get that wand that gives you 1 pip, and then
Mhm.
maybe you'll start with a power pip. So like Storm Shark is like could be the
he's
spiciest
your
one.
homie for a while. He's your homie for that like quick one-on-one fight.
I guess.
He's in it for real. I'm just like he's there. He's there.
We
for
got-
you.
And now, speaking of being there for you, I don't know where else to go. No, we got Stormzilla. Well, I was gonna try to make some reference to the Godzilla versus Kong movie, but I couldn't come up with one quick enough.
King of transitions over here.
Dang it.
Now, the animation for Stormzilla is fantastic.
It is high quality.
And this used to be that guy pays for the game spell.
Mhm.
Like, if you're running around with your little level 10 in the free area, you're like, I can't pay for wizards. I ain't got a job. And then some guy rolls up. He's like, don't worry about it, girl. I got Stormzilla, baby. Just
Don't
rolls
worry
up
about
and hits the Kraken with Godzilla.
I hate it.
It's the biggest flex I know from original Wizards. You didn't
don't
see
like him,
Stormlord
Catherine?
in town. You did see Stormzilla.
You don't like him, Catherine?
Stormzilla, it's just like I'm over it. I feel like they copy pasted
Oh
it.
my
Like,
god.
the same one.
They did that, to be fair, with
Every
basically every spell. Yeah, I was like, I think Catalan, there's like multiple of those kinds of dragons, lightning bats, or like the bats, the shark, all of them, the snakes.
Like, I did.
Stormlord even has other ones.
It's just not. It's not it for me. You know.
Can't believe you would even say that. You, the person with the worst version of Elephant.
What?
Phoenix is cool. Stormzilla's just an OGZ though.
He is an OGZ. He's going up to A tier, right behind Kraken.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Tempest next, and I'll play the video, I guess. But I don't think we need to talk about it.
No, this is Kyle's biggest issue as a Storm Wizard, is that all he does is cast this all day, and it's his least favorite animation.
The animation, I'm so excited for when they update, for it to just hit everyone at one time. I don't know how, like, the moon is pulling the tides to have that many waves move that powerfully.
Yeah. Magic Kyle, you're a wizard.
But I mean, I'm excited for the new updates. I do love Tempest. And I mean, that's just why it's the number one spell.
Tempest is one of the main reasons you pick Storm.
Yeah.
Because everybody has their little X cost spells, but most of them suck. Tempest is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's
What
too
are you gonna
easy
do?
to
Use
do
Heckhound? Come on. Come on.
Especially with the at the level I'm at right now, with it doing 80 damage per pip, I can start with 2 power pips and deal over 1,000 damage off my first turn.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Yeah, AoE as well. It's insane.
Yep. Top of the list.
Next up, we have the OG Thunder Snake, the one of many who, with that starting wand, anyone can use.
The speedrun god.
Yep.
I've seen it. The guy who speedruns the wizard area, he's like, okay, step 1, turn off every spell that's not Thunder Snake.
It is true.
Step 2, proceed to quest.
While he is an OG, he's just, I mean, he is only useful until you're about like a level 6.
You're right. What are you talking about?
No.
What are you talking about?
I think you keep him around to finish people off and small guys.
No.
What's Catherine? Are you anti-snake or are you pro-snake?
At least the top of B.
Oof.
I think I will do this. I will put it in front of Healing Current.
Yeah.
No,
but I think lightning bats are much better. Lightning bats are so
bats
for
are way
one
cooler.
extra pip, you're dealing a minimum of 100 damage more.
Yeah. Lightning bats kills everything. Like even like in Crocotopia, you can lightning bats things to death.
Exactly.
Not a classic though. That's as classic as it gets.
Nah.
This is
Captain. You know all the tier 1 spells are ass. Tier 2 is where you get all the good spells.
extreme.
Yeah.
This is a lot for me to.
2 pip is all the best spells. 1 pip suck.
It's
Name
just
a good
straight
1
back.
pip. Don't say Firecat.
Name a good 2 pip. Fire Elf.
The best,
Lightning bats.
the best.
Oh my god. Captain, you had your 2 pip in the S tier. You had Fire Elf in S tier. I don't see Firecat anywhere near that.
Yeah, Firecat was trash.
Yeah, why are you riding for snakes so hard?
Because Snake is
plus it's a snake.
It's a good snaky boy.
No, there's no such thing.
Boy.
He's a good snaky boy.
Yeah, but Catherine, I don't think you're allowed to have beef with Stormzilla for how many versions of it there are, and then be pro Thunder Snake.
No, fair enough. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Grout it off.
I think that's where he lives.
Yeah.
I think King Artorias is too high, but it's okay if you like him.
We might move back to it. Next up, we got Triton, King of the Sea.
He's got his little spell in your book.
Yeah. Oh, he's got 37 shins and no amount of sit-ups will help.
People are like, he's got a 20 pack. Nah, dude, he's got a 20 chin. His chin's all the way down.
It starts from the bottom of his mouth. You can see it right here. And just like his chins, we're just gonna keep going down. We're just gonna keep going down.
You can keep going lower.
I will. I have to agree with you. I think I'll put him above Macumpo, but just barely.
You?
I'm sorry,
You're wild.
Look, Captain, I don't care if it's useful. He's hideous.
Catherine. Well, he does do damage. Okay, I'm gonna preface it with this. He is just disgusting looking. Oh, it's so terrible.
Just the ugliest spell in the book.
His minimum damage is only about 60 above Stormzilla, which is 1 pip less, and for 1 pip more, I have Stormlord.
Yeah.
He's just an objectively bad spell.
He's fine. He's just ugly. He's just so ugly.
Fine.
He's Catherine, look, you know I give you a lot of shit about Helephant. Helephant look way better than Triton do.
Helephant looks
worlds ahead of Triton.
I don't know why I have so much hostility for Scald and all this shit. Like, fire can't catch a break from you.
Oh, no, it can. You just gotta only spend 2 pips on all your spells.
I mean, you know what I mean? I would.
And Sam, looking back, I am going to update this a little bit.
All right.
Lightning Bats, up to A tier.
Ah.
King Artorias, down to B tier behind Snake.
Okay.
Ah.
It just feels right.
Yeah, this feels better.
If you put the Thunder Snake behind Lightning Bats in A tier, I'd feel a little bit better.
I don't feel like it's there. I don't feel like it's an A tier. It's not there.
Listen, he's a good snaky boy. He's just not bat. He's just not Lightning Bats material. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If there was like 3 of them, maybe.
He's just Captain. You can't say he's in the same tier as Storm Shark. You just can't. Now where are we gonna drop this doo-doo?
Oh, we got the good boy. He's a good boy.
Water elemental.
A water elemental. Oh, he's just
You're
he's a
lucky he
good.
knows how to cast right.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a good little water Michelin man that likes to float around. He's going top of C tier. There was a while where I would cast him. I would save up my 3 pips and cast him almost every single fight I was in.
Oh, he saves lives in
solo.
Mushu.
Oh, he is his taunts. All he would do for me is throw out a taunt and then shield me and put on traps on the other people. Oh, it was so good. He would heal with his little sprite. Yeah. The AO or the DOT or it's HOT heal over time.
His pool is kind of just everything you need as a storm wizard at a certain level.
Yes.
As far as minions go, you could go a lot worse than the water elemental.
Like Macumbo. Maybe if you had his second eye, maybe if his second eye was actually gonna work, he'd be useful. But
hello, Nick Fury? Yeah, Kyle's got beef. Yeah, Kyle wants the smoke. Yeah.
Finally, we do have Wild Bolt. And I mean, it's just the ugly, ripped off cousin of Insane Bolt. It's if you took the worst genetics from Insane Bolt and combined it with Healing Current, and you just want to throw it down here.
I can't agree with that.
I hate it. For 2 pips, I can always have Lightning Bat.
Yeah, but for 2 pips, Wild Bolt could do 1,000, Kyle.
I used Wild Bolt a lot. I used Wild Bolt a lot for a while when I first got it. I think I used it for about like a world and a half, hoping that I would just love it.
No, it never hit 1,000.
It hit 1,000, I think, 4 times.
It's like it's literally like a 20% chance or something. But you lived the dream, Kyle.
I can't do it. I'll live the dream with Insane Bolt. I'll take my chances up here. I'm
wrong.
Because this is 50-50. That's 50-50. I like those odds a lot.
Oh gosh.
Feels like a mistake, if I'm being honest.
I think this is where we're living.
I'm pro Wild Bolt, but I'll allow it.
I have a lot of concerns with this list, but I talked about all of them, so it's your
last chance,
your
Catherine.
time. No,
We don't want to hear anything else about Snake, but any other concerns?
I think you're talking, but I can't hear you.
I don't want to be bullied, so I'm done talking.
Honestly, Healing Current, I think you gave it a bad rap.
I don't. I think B is where it belongs. I don't think. Right. I mean, I do love it. I love it more in the sense of it being a Maycast on a pet.
Yeah, the buddy.
I think it's beautiful there. I think the fact that it's there. If I was rating this as Maycast,
the pet talent energizing battery.
Yeah, up there. Like easily move it up to A tier. But what I think with it being the actual spell that I also don't have from the pet, so it being the 3 pips instead of 2, it moves it down just a little bit.
I'm just saying, Kyle, while playing Myth, where the only healing options are use treasure cards or farm Lore Master, I would really appreciate having a healing spell, and I think you're undervaluing it.
I mean, that's fair. I guess coming from me as only playing Storm, pretty much. I have a few other characters, but I don't think any of them are already like over level 25, so not much experience through those. But
I think most people have a heal spell. It's just Myth.
It's just Myth.
That's what I'm like. It's just you don't know how good you have it. Back in my day, you had to farm Lore Master for heals. All right, that's it.
Yeah,
that's a wrap. Thank you for listening. I wanted to give a shout out to the one person left a comment on our YouTube video, Sean. I am gonna try and make an intro song for the podcast by next month when we put up another episode. Comment greatly appreciated, and we will take that into account. How do I usually outro this?
Telling
check
people
our
to
socials.
Subscribe,
we're on Twitch. You can follow us. Never Too Old to Be a Wizard. We're on YouTube. Never Too Old to Be a Wizard. We're on Spotify. Never Too Old to Be a Wizard. We're on Twitter. Never_wizard. Couldn't get that one, but I still want to hear from you. All right, subscribe.